हेल्थ और टेस्ट की लड़ाई में अब आप रहिए 2 कदम आगे विद फिलिप्स एयर फ्रायर। इसकी ट्विन टर्बो स्टार टेक्नोलॉजी कुक्स विद अप टू 90% लेस फैट। देयर इज ऑलवेज अ वे टू मेक लाइफ बेटर। इनोवेशन एंड यू, फिलिप्स।
Lovely evening at the farm lore, end of day 3, and World on a Plate goes live. It's just getting so warm, and I mean it's getting so nice that we're able to pull off this beautiful event. I'm excited about Saturday and Sunday as well. So Abhijit Sahab, in very exciting gulab jamun cheesecake. Like I said, all these chefs have been pushing the envelope, using Indian Indian dishes, giving it a twist and making it more and more exciting. It's truly a global phenomena. Indian food is going global, and I can see more and more chefs using these ingredients, these dishes, and glorifying them. That's what's even happening at the farm lore, and I'm really excited. I think they're opening in the next month, and I'm really excited to come back and bring my friends here and eat at this place. Like I said, today's Sustainable Friday, and we've had many chefs who have been doing sustainable food, and the farm lore is sustainable. So guys, come over and enjoy yourselves. It's not too far away. Thank you, Abhijit. Like I said, beautiful masterclass. Thank you, Manish Mehrotra, founder of Indian Accent. It was just so nice to see you on the channel. So coming back to the main cause of World on a Plate, this time, the cause of charity. The World Hunger Warriors have been fighting this cause from the day the pandemic hit us, and it has become a massive citizen movement. I've seen people from many walks of life coming together to feed people. People like brands like Britannia, who've been feeding thousands and thousands of biscuits. Many corporate honchos who've come on the ground to serve people. This is what gives us so much joy, and that's why I'm proudly wearing the badge, and I'm part of this organization that they really go out there, risk their lives, and they've been serving people. You know how the pandemic has been. So what inspired me is something which I want to bring to you. While the last 5 years I have been doing a bit of charity, but not like this time, where I have been personally on ground. One morning I get a call. The hotline numbers ring a lot during these days, because the middle class, the lower middle class, the lower middle class and the poor, the urban poor are really having a hard time surviving during these times. One morning I get a call from this girl called Rani, and this story I have to bring to you guys. It's really important, and how it inspired me. She called me and she said, I'm feeding this set of migrants from North Karnataka, and I've been feeding them for the past 2 weeks, and I've run out of money, I've run out of resources to feed them. Can you please help me? So typically when there's a call like this, we go at the site, check out how genuine it is, and we kind of start feeding people. Of course, we get a lot of hoax calls sometimes, and also some over ordering comes in during these times. You have to go check it out. So I went there and I saw this lady's place. She's almost, she's literally poor, and she's from a lower middle class, and she told me one thing, that the last 2 weeks I fed these people by selling my 2 goats, and I could not believe it. And I really went and saw that, asked around, and I saw that she'd really done it. It actually opened out my heart, and I said that if I cannot do service this time, when people like these can inspire you, people like these can do their bit, why can't me as Kiran Sohns do my bit? And that's when I got seriously involved with the World Hunger Warriors, and I'm really excited about my journey with them, and I know for a fact that they're a true organization. You have to, we've got a great set of people around, and I'm proud that we're doing this together. The World Hunger Warriors is feeding people, and through their mobile soup kitchen. So go and contribute. The links are down there. It's a keto link, and we will make sure that your food, your contribution goes to the right people. So, and I'm excited now. With all, I'm emotional about what I just said. But going forward, there's some excitement holding on to you guys. We're gonna go all the way from India to Australia, to one of our close friends who's become very dear to us, Simon TOOHEY. He is also decorated as the runner-up of 2019 Masterchef Australia. He's a great cook. He runs the Sustainable Network. It's called the Sustainable Network. Go check him out on Instagram. I'm excited what he does out of the humble cauliflower, which is one of my favorite vegetables as well. And I'm looking forward for the class. Tomorrow is a brand new day, Saturday and Sunday. It is the real weekend. There are DIY kits to order. Saransh Goyla is doing his really cool Sindhi mutton on Saturday evening. Sunday is again a star-studded day. We've got Ranveer Brar, Colibri Jimenez from Mexico. We've got Vicky Ratnani and many more. I'm really excited to see you guys tomorrow again. Stay logged on. We're going to give you a beautiful journey this week, and look forward to see you tomorrow.
And season 12 back to win, and I am here to cook you something pretty sick. Super simple, really minimalist in ingredients, but really delicious. But before I start, I have something really important to introduce you to. Something really important to introduce you to. This sleepy number is lentil. Named very much over my love and my partner's love of dal. And lentil had to be the name. She's just gorgeous. Look at her. She's got the hiccups right now. Come on. Oh, hi. She's falling asleep. All right, I'm going to put her back to bed. We might say goodbye later together. Hold on her tight. There you go. sleeping with your little friend. All right. Okay, so let's get back on topic. I'm here because of the World on a Plate team who are working together with World Hunger Warriors. They've fed over 500,000 people in the last 90 days. That is spectacular. Not only that, but the World Hunger Warriors are looking to set up a soup kitchen to expand that and be able to feed more people and a greater group of people as well. And so with this video, we are looking to donate with the World Hunger Warriors and with World on a Plate and try to get the World Hunger Warriors to open that soup kitchen to spread their love through the food even more and help those who really need it. So if you could jump onto their website, donate, put everything you possibly can, even if it's only $1, every little bit counts. And let's try and get this soup kitchen to open, and let's support those in need, especially during COVID, especially during these trying times. We really need all the help we can get. They really need all the help they can get. So, without further ado, I'm going to start talking to you about my dish. Oops, sorry. That dish is going to be, close that up. That dish is going to be pretty damn simple. All we're doing is roasting cauliflower with beautiful Indian spices. We are then going to make a beautiful roast cauliflower puree as well. And we're going to finish it off with my ode to Indian flavors and food and create a beautiful tempering over the top with curry leaves, with other spices like cumin, coriander. And we're going to pour that over the top with some Kashmiri chili with some ghee. I know you love ghee. And we're going to finish off with the most beautiful dish and thanking the World Hunger Warriors, thanking World on a Plate for allowing me to do this on a time like now. So follow me, run with me. We're going to cook together. And if I make a mistake, then be sure to comment below, and I'll try and fix it. But if not, we're going to do this together. So I think I've got all my ingredients. So come around the corner. Let's see if I've got some curry leaves here. I know this is probably not true fresh. I bought these yesterday. I know fresh is best, but curry leaves, as you understand, freeze so well. So that's how I save my mad packet of curry leaves. Right, we have, pretty simple. The only real vegetable we have is a cauliflower. That's it. Absolutely delicious. We're going to use coriander seeds, cumin seeds, Indian bay. I have to say Indian bay because we have bay, European bay here, and they taste completely different. But I've got Indian bay for this purpose, and of course, my favorite chili, Kashmiri chili. Very little spice, great color. I mean, you could paint with it. It is that rich in red. It is gorgeous. So look at it. You don't get red like that anywhere. So that's what we're doing. And then finally, the cauliflower is going to get cooked in milk, and we're going to blitz that up, and we're going to have this beautiful, this sauce, this cauliflower cream at the bottom, these roast cauliflower segments on top, and then poured over with these beautiful spices. So let's get started, and I'm going to just excuse the mess. We're fermenting olives at the moment. So we've got a jar of, I think, about 7 kilos of green olives. These are all black olives that are finished curing. Let's have a look, see if we can crack one open. Look at that. I will eat one now. You want one too? Mm-hmm. Okay. There we go. You got to feed the staff, otherwise we go nowhere. And then we got some green tea salt, which is really beautiful. What else we got fermenting? Oh, we got some kombucha. A little SCOBY. Kombucha is an amazing thing for tea. Really good for your gut, really good bacteria. These things grow, they look ugly and awful and poisonous, but I tell you what, pretty cool. Okay. Put the olive out of my mouth. Let's get started. What we've done is I put a large pot of water on the boil, and I have put a lot of salt in there, and I'm talking like close to the sea salt. It needs to be pretty strong because that's what's going to infuse flavor into our beautiful dish. Now I want to incorporate spice to that. And the reason why I want to do this is because the spice is also going to be at the end result. and I want to sort of complement / harmonize these flavors together. I want each individual element to have spice, and so by the end of it can sort of come together with flavors of their own. It's the same reason why you season everything, because by the end of it, that seasoning becomes this big, vibrant flavor. So I want to do the same thing with this. In this pot of salted water, and I'm talking very salted, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds, 3 bay, and chili. And then, because I don't want powdered, dried chilies, these are Kashmiris again. Finally, I lied to you a little bit, you stay there. I'm going to stay right behind you. Half an onion. That's it. Beautiful. That's in there. Cauliflower. Beautiful, beautiful cauliflower. The difficulty here is a lot of people throw out things like these little tender leaves, and to me, these are actually just as delicious as any other part of the cauliflower. So they make beautiful chips. Deep fry them, put them in the oven, they crisp up, make them as dipping things for like cool little funky dips that you have. Up to you, but there's so many options with these. They're really, really important to keep. And we're also here to fight food waste. It's very important because there is an abundance of food, yet we seem to throw out so much of it. In the Western world, in Australia, we use things like, we actually waste so much food. In Australia, we waste so much food. So not only the farmers waste 1/3 of their crop to ugly vegetables because the supermarkets don't want to buy them, we then lose 1/3 of that purchased produce from the supermarkets because people aren't buying them and they go out of date. And then not only that, we lose 1/3 again in the households from the food that we purchase from supermarkets and markets. So there's such a huge waste in food. And it's really important that if we're doing something like this, World Hunger Warriors and World on a Plate are doing something like this to create a soup kitchen, we need to be able to be conscious about the food we're wasting, because we don't want to take the piss. And I know that sounds weird, but we don't want to waste food when we're there trying to save food for others. So things like these are really important. And if you think about a cauliflower, and I don't know if many people know this, the cauliflower literally grows with these leaves, right? These tiny ones you see here, all the way up this high. And at the Sustainable Earth Network, this little venture that I've been doing, look, check out the Sustainable Earth Network on YouTube. I'll show you, there's a video of me with a cauliflower being this high on the first episode. All the greenery is there. That is tasty. And it could literally feed a family for a whole night. Chop it up, saute it, beautiful spices, bowl of rice, delicious. Absolutely fantastic, yet we don't know that. So many people don't know that. Let's be conscious about the food we waste, really important. The washing is going on in the background, I'm sorry. This is our household.
Do you want to pause it?
What's that? No, don't worry about it.
I'll pause it for a selfie.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold it, we're gonna pause it. Ooh, oh, look at my hair, keen as mustard. I also am conscious my hair is quite long because we're back down in lockdown in Victoria at the moment. And so my hair's quite long, I haven't got it cut. So I'm wearing a hat to make sure that no hair goes in the food, even though I'm eating it. What are you doing, my love? Okay, she's pausing. So I'm going to cut this in half. Here we go. I can't cut one hand, but I could. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Cut it in half. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? It's like art. Okay, and cut it in quarters. This is for dinner tonight. You and me, my love, eating this. This is our dinner, or lunch. I don't know, depending on what time it is. No, this is our dinner. So this is going in. We're going to cook that. We're going to poach that in that beautiful flavor, all that liquid, that stock. We're going to cook that for 5 minutes. You remind me?
I will.
Cool. The rest of it, we are chopping up super fine. Everything. No waste at all, please. Really important. Everything, even the stems, because the stems are full of nutrition. If you think about how the actual plant grows, it grows in a way that all of the energy comes from the soil, goes straight through the stem, puts its energy into the leaves, into the curd, which is that big, beautiful white part of the cauliflower. We need to pay attention to this because that is so much flavor, so much nutrition for the body and the soul. All right. Now, hot. Nope, we're putting it in the roasting tray. Where are we going? Here we go. Sorry, come back. Look at this. This is my grandmother's.
Matches
Dolphin.
your hat.
Huh?
Matches your hat.
It does. We're going all artistic today. Okay, in. We want to roast this. I've got the oven up. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Oh, see that? That's the catch. Olive oil. I've cut up the other half of the onion that we didn't put in the stock. I've cut that up and I put that on here. This is, I need to put some salt. Let's green key salt and all that. Salt. Beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. Straight in the oven. Let's get that nice and roasty. All right, these in the freezer, do not forget. Cheers. I do know that although a lot of Indians don't drink, I know a lot of Indians love whiskey, and my friend Sandeep, who was on season 11 with me, is a lover of whiskey, so cheers. Gorgeous stuff. Once that's done, I am going to make, once the cauliflower is cooked, I'm going to make just a rub, really simple, nothing crazy. A nice bit of oil. While you're there, can you reach and give me a teaspoon by any chance? How are you going with one hand on, one hand?
I mean, I'm no steady cam.
Multitasking session. Oh, not that one. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, so I'm going to put some turmeric in this oil. And then I've got some gorgeous garam masala that I've just made a couple of days ago. Although I only had a mortar and pestle, so I haven't...
Oh, I failed.
Yeah, mortar and pestle, so it's all quite coarse, but it's okay. So a teaspoon of that, teaspoon of turmeric. We're going to mix that together. I'm going to... I wish you could smell this. This is so beautiful.
One more minute.
One more minute. Beautiful. Clean up while I'm here. Clean up on aisle 9. Looks good. Now, this is about the time when I say jump over to, again, World Hunger Warriors Instagram or web page, along with the World on a Plate webpage, and be sure to donate. All donations go to the great cause of opening the soup kitchen and also helping to feed more and more people during this trying time. So it's really important. I must say that I also traveled to India myself a few years ago, plus some, and I absolutely adore your country, your people, your food especially, and your culture. I will be there again next year, hopefully opening up a couple of restaurants. Keep that quiet, don't know yet. I know this is going to a whole lot of people, and I really hope to see you there. And I thank World on a Plate for offering me this opportunity to be able to cook for you and show you what I can do. And even from there, hopefully you get to cook this as well. And I get to meet you in India, meet your family, and really learn more about the beauty of your culture and your people. And understand the depths of the food that you create, because I know that food in India is determined by family. It's determined by region, but it's also determined by family within that region, and everyone has a different recipe. And I've learned that. And when I put a post out on Instagram a while ago about the world of dal and asking for other recipes, it was unbelievable the response I got, and the different types of dal and the different types of curries that I should be trying throughout India. And I'm telling you, I'm slowly working my way through it. All right, back to it. Here's our beautiful cauliflower. Oh, no, little pieces falling off. Oh, we're okay. That's okay. Now, stay there. Coming back to you. Let me find some paper, tool. Beautiful. These two go there. Oh, that's a photo on this top, isn't it? It should be nicely seasoned, so I haven't seasoned this rub at all because the salt that was on the stock had chewed. Live TV, everyone. This is what happens.
Sorry.
You just can't get this good stuff anymore.
You don't feed me.
I will later. I promise. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. All right. This is going to go in the oven. Oh, love it. Okay. Backing it up. Do a little 180 if you can. We've just run out of battery on our phones, so we're going to have to try and do the best we can to... Oh, you're okay. Another pot. Grab another pot out. Sorry, I should be telling you as we go along. Pot on low heat or on a small burner or on a small flame. Add in beautiful milk. There goes. I got very stubby fingers, people. Right, you need to give me a break. It's very difficult. Oh, look at this. This is also a great one too. This was white. And then I had an apron that was green, and it turned everything green. And I'm sorry, yes, I know whites aren't meant to go with greens and colors are meant to be separate. I know that, but we didn't know this was going to happen. we just thought, you know, tea towels and aprons were the same sort of style thing. Turns out, well, I don't mind that color. It's kind of like Kermit the Frog color. Eh? Look at that. I still think that's kind of cool. I have to own up to it, otherwise I look like a bad house person. That's just, you know, not the case. Or we, I suppose. There's two of us, isn't there?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, gorgeous milk. There's this cream set on top. Look at the colour of that. That is just stunning milk. Now with this, we're going to add some more spice again, because we again want to reinforce those flavours. There's 100 ml of milk in there. We're putting 2 bay. Just going to bring that to the boil. What's your elbows there? Your knees, sorry? Aha! That colour is great. We're going to bring this to the boil. Once that comes to the boil, we're going to put in our roasted cauliflower. So we put in all the small pieces we've all chopped up, put that into there, get that nice and soft, and blitz that up. And that's the goal for this one. What else is there? Jump onto World on a Plate. Jump onto World Hunger Warriors. Please donate, it's really, really important. While I try and work out where everything is in my own kitchen, I think it's very important that we start focusing on the important things that are happening right now. And that's definitely to donate any small amount, large amount of funds you possibly can to help this soup kitchen grow and allow the World Hunger Warriors to feed more people. And that's exactly right. So that's what we're aiming to do. And that's why we're here. Now, here we go. Underneath you, beautiful bit of colour on these now. A nice bit of colour. There we go. Look at that colour. Yeah, sizzle. Yes. 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 Gorgeous. And then finally, this is going to jump in to the oven. In we go. All right. Ready now? It's going to be absolutely amazing.
I'm ready.
I'm so excited. If there's any questions right now, please feel free to throw them in the comments below. I am free for the next 10 minutes, I reckon. I'm happy to answer any of the questions you have. We'll see how we go. Let's start cleaning up. So this is a very simple recipe. I feel as though that I've been observing. Look at my socks. Bee socks. Aren't they great? I do like them. See, bee socks, Keena's mustard. I don't know if Keen's mustard is a brand. Is it a UK brand or an Australian brand? I don't know. I can't tell. I can't remember. It's one of the brands. Anyway, one of our favourites. And so I saw this friend of ours had this Keen as mustard hat, and I fell in love with it. And so I decided to ask her for it. And she nicely gave it to me. How good is that? It's very, very beautiful.
What are you going to do with that liquid now? Can you use it as stock?
Yeah, so this liquid is like... This liquid to me is like a master stock. It's so much flavour in there. And so what I would probably do, because the colour is changed. The colour is like that golden brown you get from that beautiful sort of stock flavours. Is I would take everything out and use what I can. It's not loud. In certain applications, because there's heaps of flavour in there. And then I would use this. I would freeze this and use this again in the next dish. So there's heaps of options. And then you can spice it how you want. I think a lot of the time, vegetables, the thing about vegetables that we find when it comes to meat, there's a difference, is meat has fat, and that fat creates great flavour. But what happens with vegetables is vegetables just don't have that fat. And I guess ghee comes into play there, which is really beautiful. But when you're looking at roasting a whole ingredient, you could rub it with ghee, but people who aren't at all, who are completely plant-based, can't use fat as an ingredient except for olive oil or almond oil or hazelnut oil or hemp oil. There's lots of different types of fat, but that can never work in some people's favour. So what we need to try and work out is how to create vegetables to be succulent, full of flavour, but at the same time, full of flavour, but at the same time not dry, like quite moist and delicious and succulent, like you do if anyone's ever tried like a really fatty piece of meat. If you haven't tried that, you'll never know. That's kind of good, because if you don't know, then you don't have to know. So it's really important to look at how we can create liquid or juiciness in vegetables, and one of them is to blanch them in a beautiful salty brine or stock. And then transfer that and roast that. The saltiness brings out the sugars, because it extracts that osmosis, it extracts that beautiful flavour whilst it pushes in salt flavour. And then when you roast it, that saltiness creates crispiness. Kind of like when you do, for example, pork crackling is one example or something like that, where you put salt on the top and that draws out the moisture and creates crackliness. So that's kind of that. So in this world, that's what we're trying to do. I'm going to get this a little bit hotter, otherwise we're going to be here for days. We're
tethered to the charger.
Yeah. We're We've got a 360-degree turning device that is attached to the wall, so there's only so far we can go. And little lentil is fast asleep, so there's only so far we can. You know, we can't woo you with the cuteness of an animal, which is always difficult. Okay, so let's get the next bit ready. This is a gorgeous little thing. Look at the copper pot number. Scan that name. Look at that. Love it. Now this is my favourite part. I know we can't do it yet because, well, it's not ready. Oh, these onions are good too. These are the onions that I use for the stock. Should be a little bit more. So these are going to go in the final dish because I think there's going to be great sweetness in that.
Smell it.
Smells good?
Super sweet.
Yeah. What else we got on? I've just launched the Sustainable Earth Network, which is really cool. Let me stay there. I'm going to get the apron. I'll show you. I'm going to come, you know, half-time change. Here we go. Sustainable Earth Network. There's our new little aprons. Shop on our Instagram and our web page. Definitely a lot going on. We're about to go into our second season, which is really cool. All on YouTube. And we're really fighting the idea. We're doing something, you know, we're really trying to push the concept of fighting food waste. Really making sure that we utilize a whole ingredient. It's super important. The amount of food waste is crazy. The amount of money we lose because of that is unbelievable. And especially in places like Australia. Blows my mind. Alright, that is smelling spectacular.
Smell it?
Pretty light still. But we're getting there. Oh, here we go. We're getting a boil on. Getting a boil on. Here we go. Things are hitting the fan now. Yes. Look at that. Yum. That's delicious. I keep looking over there because that's the person who's filming. That is delicious though.
So what should we be getting ready at home for the next steps?
Okay, so the next steps you need to do now is you need to keep an eye on your cauliflower. Make sure that doesn't boil over because look, that's getting higher. I know that's going to boil over because milk does that. Keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn the bottom. That's really important. What is a spatula or a wooden spoon? Oofed. Nearly lost it. Keep an eye on this because at any stage that could quite easily burn and char and go crazy. And then finally what you really want to do as well is look out for, start getting ready for that wonderful tempering that we put at the top. And that's my ode to what I know that creates the most amazing flavor. And I think in so many ways there's actually not many places in the world that does this kind of finalized spice tempering. You know, there's beautiful stuff like tares in Japan when it comes to ramen, and I'm sure there's many cultures that do it, but I love the way that it's done in India, whereby you heat up beautiful things like onions and Kashmiri chilies and seeds, and then pour it over the top. And dal, obviously being one of my favorite dishes, my favorite types of Indian dishes as well. It's just that could feed the world brilliantly with great flavor. So for me, that's really exciting. So next up, we're going to chop up some onions and start frying them off for this exact thing. And I'm going to use those ones that we did in the stock because there's no point in wasting that. And because it's got so much flavor and it turns sweet, we actually find some great flavor coming out of it. So chop that up. Yes, great. And half another onion. Put this in here. Okay, we're just going to do a dice. Great. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Turn around. Looking good though, isn't it? Looking really good. Maybe we'll turn that on. Is that better? Cool. Good stuff. Now, on a low heat. But before we start this, let's just recap where we're at, because I really want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So we have a whole cauliflower that we've cut into half and into 1/4. And those 2/4 are going to be poached in stock using a lot of salt and some spices. That's going to go in there for 5 minutes just to soften a little bit, because you still want texture. You don't want vegetables to be mush. It's never very nice. Then, once that's done, you're going to create a mixture of garam masala and turmeric, and with oil, you're going to mix it around to a paste, and you're going to put that over the top of your beautiful cauliflower that's been poaching. With the rest of the cauliflower though, you're going to chop that up finely and put that in the oven to roast and get nice and dark. I reckon we might have pulled ours out a little bit too light. You could take that for as long as you like and make it nice and toasty. That comes down to time. And then once they're nice and roasty, put that in a pot with some milk, some more bay leaves, and an onion, and half an onion, and cook that out. And that's going to be amazing. Once that's done, and you can get ready for this, we're going to blitz that up into a beautiful puree. So you get this cauliflower, roasted cauliflower puree. It's really fantastic. And then that finally is going to go on our plate with our beautiful roasted cauliflower on top, our little halves that have been marinating in that turmeric and garam masala spice mix. And then finally, just to go crazy, we've got this sort of tadka or tempering of ghee with onions, cumin, coriander, Kashmiri chilies, and that's going to get poured on top to create that vibrancy that you really want when it comes to gorgeous Indian cuisine. And that's my nod to the Indian cuisine. It's my small knowledge, but I want to pay my respects the best way I know how, and I think this is slightly my style of food with a twist of what I believe is a beautiful Indian style cuisine. So I really hope that you enjoy this, and thank you for letting me be a part of your world.
You got 10 minutes.
10 minutes, eh? All right. Okay, so ghee in. Let's get that nice and melty. Oh, sorry. It's a lot, but I do love it. You can never have too much, right? Curry leaves, they're looking a bit of freeze burn, but I don't use them enough to not put them in the freezer. So this is the best way I can have the best of both worlds. I can have fresh-ish curry leaves, yeah, so I put them in the freezer to last longer. Same with kaffir lime when it comes to like Thai style or Southeast Asian food. Kaffir lime goes great in the freezer. They freeze really well, so leaves are usually quite good. And so this is the best I can do, and I'm sorry it's probably not the quality that you want, but in the times with the Indian world that I have, it's kind kind of all I can do. Sorry, but thank you. All right, stay looking at that. Watch that one there. It's going to be delicious. And then we're going to, I reckon these are pretty close to ready anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's ready. It's falling apart. Oh my god, it smells so good. Can you smell it? Okay, let's turn that off because we still got 10 minutes. I'm gonna get the stick blender to that, I reckon. I'm gonna get the stick blender to that. Because easiest to form. If you have a regular standalone blender, that would work beautifully too. But in this instance, I don't really have a standalone one. We could put it in the other one. What do you think? Should we try it?
I think go with the stick.
The stick? Okay. Yeah.
If it can reach.
I'll pull it over. Here. Let's see how we go. Stick blender is attached. And obviously remove your bay. I don't want to blend that up. There's another one in there somewhere. Give me 1 second. There it is. Cool. Yum. I reckon that's pretty perfect. So you can use a regular blender, you can use a standalone sort of circular mixer, you can use so many different options. All you want to do is try and create that puree. That's quite smooth, isn't it? Well, you can make it smoother. Go home, it's done. That is delicious. All right, we're gonna pull out this cauliflower now. That is so delicious. We're gonna pull out the cauliflower. So here we go. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I love this. That excites me. Roasty, toasty, delicious, still soft, a little bit soft, but a little bit chewy. I mean, this is just heaven to me. Right, so we're gonna plate up. Because I want to get this ready to go. That heat is on. Let me just get a plate, stay there. You're good. Get a plate that I think will work. Aha. This one, look at that. Right, where's my sauce? Excuse my mess for the moment. Here we go. It's like Masterchef all over again. Come follow. This beautiful sauce, right? We're just gonna let it sit all over the middle. because this is so much flavour in that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, go on, there's 2 of us, so let's eat more. Beautiful. Oh, excuse my fingers. Yum. Okay, our beautiful cauliflower pieces. 1, 2. Okay. Now, our spice mix. Come close. I'm gonna need you here. I'm gonna fry these onions off. You need a bit of bigger heat. I didn't realise there's that many onions. Come on, over here. Go on, more. There we go. We're going to fry these off until they get nice and dark. And you know how this goes. I'd like you to just make a comment here. Tell me things, excuse me, madam. Tell me something that smells better than garlic, something that smells better than onions cooked in ghee or butter. Like there's such a small amount of things in the world that taste and smell better than that. I adore it. And you can, when you walk down the street or through people's apartments, it's the one thing you can always smell. Thanks, Sushi. It's the one thing you can always smell, is that, just smell, like I just adore it. You could be a place that's cooking burgers, or you could be cooking at a tagine, or you could be cooking, a stew, and it's always that, or you could be cooking some sort of slow braised thing like a stew, and you always get this smell of like frying off onions in oil or ghee or butter. It's just heavenly. Yes, you like my little spice concoctions? Well, it's not a spice concoction, is it? What's this one? Dried fenugreek. That's special. Can't open it. Literally can't open it. Okay. Oh, there we go. One of the great smells. And asafoetida, greatest smell. I can't work it out. It's so unfamiliar to me that I really can't work out what it reminds me or what it reminds me of. And it's not garlic or onion. It's not nothing to do with that. It's just, it's almost meaty in a way. And it's quite fascinating. Come on, onions, fry for us. Should have got a bigger pan. Maybe do a transfer. Stay there. I tried to use a nicer looking pan. This is the uglier, bigger brother. Let's get that nice and hot. Oh, that's very hot. Mm. So a little heads up here as well, just one more time. Jump over, or probably the second last time, because I'll do it at the end of this beautiful cook, but please jump over to World Hunger Warriors and donate, World on a Plate, and donate. Be sure to give as little or as much as you possibly can. They're doing great work trying to feed the population of India. 500,000 people in 90 days is an amazing achievement. And well done, but there's more we can do. Do your best. Donate as much as you possibly can. Smallest amount, largest amount, doesn't matter. Any contribution can help. So, in saying that, let's jump back over here. There we go. That's more space. the sound.
It's like a campfire.
It is like a campfire, isn't it? Oh, it's gorgeous. Here we go. Now we're getting colour. There's the colour you're after. Look at that. Just around the edges. Nice. So this is what we call the Maillard reaction. Discovered, I don't think it was, I suppose, understood by a French guy. Basically it creates it's acidic compounds and sugar compounds that combine with heat to create colour, which is called the Maillard reaction. So onions are a classic example of the Maillard reaction. Toast, after being in a toaster, is the Maillard reaction. There's so many examples of the Maillard reaction. Steak, if that's something you have, when heat transfers. So the difference between Maillard reaction and caramel is caramelization is sugar combining with sugar to create caramel. This is sugar combining with fatty acids to create Maillard reaction, the compound creation that is that. All right, good color before we start to burn, otherwise we're going too far. Turn the heat down a bit. I've got a teaspoon of coriander seeds and a teaspoon and a half of cumin. And I love coriander seeds. I love whole coriander seeds. I think they're the most amazing thing. I worked briefly at a place called Tulum, an amazing Turkish restaurant in Balaclava in Melbourne. And they use whole coriander seeds all the time because when they start frying and when you cook them with things, they actually take up a lot of flavor. And that flavor ends up bursting in your mouth, and that is just fantastic. And then finally, a good douse of chili powder. And I'm using Kashmiri as we discussed. I love Kashmiri chili. You don't cook that for too long. All right, I'm going to go right behind you, my love.
I will unplug.
Unplug, because we are done here, everyone. Look at that colour. Cool. All right, I'm going to swap hands because that's how you do with TV. And we're just going to do this. That excites me so much. There we go, everyone. Bit of coriander on top, but sadly I don't have any, which is a bit annoying. But that is what it is. We've got the curry leaves! No! Oh no, we've got the curry leaves. I can't not have curry leaves on this. No way. Can we bear with me 5 seconds? Okay, so if you want to sign off now, go for it. But I would put curry leaves in it and I forgot. So hold on tight, just gonna go in behind you and get more ghee. Don't tell the waste. Oh, it's so annoying. My favorite flavor. Just need to dehydrate that. Or maybe we just use this. Let's just use this. Okay. Sorry everyone. They were sitting staring at me. I just completely forgot them. sounding good. Here we go. It's all turning piton. Let's fry those for a little bit. Turn back over. Beautiful, crunchy, crispy. All right, everyone. Make it look pretty for the gram. And there is my gorgeous roast cauliflowers that has been marinated in garam masala and turmeric, my cauliflower puree, and my tempering of Indian style spices, Kashmiri chili and curries. Thank you very, very much for having us. Appreciate it. Jump onto World Hunger Warriors, World on a Plate. Please donate the best you possibly can. Make my dish. Send me all the photos to Sustainable Earth Network's Instagram or Simon TOOHEY's Instagram. I'd love to see it, and hopefully I get to see you soon, preferably next year. Peace out. Thanks for having me.
एक कदम आगे फिर दो कदम पीछे।
हेल्थ और टेस्ट की लड़ाई में अब आप रहिए 2 कदम आगे विद फिलिप्स एयर फ्रायर। इसकी ट्विन टर्बो स्टार टेक्नोलॉजी cooks with up to 90% less fat. There's always a way to make life better. Innovation and you. Philips.